Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we return to one of the most iconic, misunderstood, and still incredibly dangerous heroes in Hero Wars, Ju. This is not a hype guide. This is not a luxury build. This is a maximum priority, low-cost efficiency guide, designed to show you exactly when Ju works, why he works, and how to build him without destroying your resources. Ju is a strength-based marksman from the Nature faction, positioned in the middle line, and he fights using physical attack. But from the very first moment you understand his kit, it becomes clear that Ju does not behave like a traditional marksman. He is not about steady DPS, and he is not about safe backline play. Ju is about pressure, sacrifice, and execution. Two of his skills scale with physical attack, while the other two depend purely on skill level. His basic attacks deal physical damage, but that's only the surface. Each of Ju's regular attacks also applies pure damage, and that pure damage scales based on the enemy's maximum health. The higher the enemy's health pool, the more dangerous Ju becomes. This is exactly why he has always been a nightmare for tanks, bosses, and high HP frontline heroes. Ju's targeting logic is also unique. He does not simply focus the nearest enemy forever. Instead, his attacks can target both the nearest and the farthest enemy, which makes him especially lethal when the opposing backline is exposed or poorly protected. When that happens, Ju doesn't slowly chip targets down, he deletes them. And then there is the core of his identity, enrage. When Ju enters his enraged state, he cannot die. As long as he is not under control effects, he becomes an unstoppable execution machine. During this window, Ju can take down almost any target in the game, regardless of armor, health, or defensive layers. This is why control is the only real answer to him, and also why, if control fails, Ju wins fights on his own. So the real question becomes simple. How do we prepare Ju for battle at low cost? What tools are truly essential? And when does Ju actually start working? Let's start with artifacts, because this is where many players waste resources. Your first and most important priority is Ju's book artifact, Warrior's Code. This artifact directly increases two of his most important skills and accelerates his core role as a percent-based damage dealer. The value here is immediate. You are not investing for the future, you are unlocking Ju's identity. After that, you move to his Ring of Strength. Strength increases both physical attack and health, which again feeds directly into two of his skills and improves his survivability during the moments before enrage. If resources are tight, you can stop right here. A developed book and a partially built ring are enough to make Ju functional. If you have more resources later, then yes, fully developing the ring becomes the correct complement. But never reverse this order. Next come skins, and this part is refreshingly simple. There is only one real priority, physical attack. Ju lives and dies by physical attack. It strengthens his damage, enhances his pressure, and makes every second of his enrage more terrifying. If you are building only one skin, it is physical attack. No hesitation. No debate. No compromise. Once that skin is fully maxed, you move to the second physical attack skin. And then you stop. Everything else can wait. Strength skins, magic defense, critical hit chance, all of that is luxury. Ju does not need it to do his job. Overinvesting here is one of the most common mistakes players make. Skills are non-negotiable. All skills must be maxed. Without exception. Two of Ju's skills scale purely with skill level, which means leaving them underleveled directly weakens him, regardless of gear or stats. This is mandatory investment. Glyphs are where smart efficiency really matters. Ideally, all glyphs should be taken to level 40. That is the perfect balance between cost and effectiveness. But if you are low on runic stones or pushing multiple heroes at once, you can limit yourself to 3 glyphs and still get excellent results. Those 3 are physical attack, health, and strength. Physical attack fuels his damage. Health gives him survivability before enrage. Strength scales both offense and defense together. Stop them at level 40. Going higher offers diminishing returns and is not required for Jew to function. Sparks of power follow the same logic as skills. Push them to the maximum without hesitation. They increase all 3 primary attributes, they are relatively fast to build, and they provide pure value with no downside. For hero evolution, 5 stars are enough. Absolute star can wait. Jew's soul stones are slow to obtain, coming from the Guild War shop and the heroic chest, so chasing absolute star early is inefficient. Jew does not need it to perform. Hero level, however, is mandatory. Jew must be level 120. Not 118. Not 119. Level 120 unlocks talismans, and talismans are a massive part of his power curve. Talismans are one of the most valuable mechanics in the game. A fully developed, well-rolled talisman can replace the value of 2 fully maxed skins. Jew has 2 talismans. Both are accessible through relatively cheap methods, although his second is not yet available in the Eternal Frontier shop, which makes it harder to obtain. The good news is that his first talisman, providing a strength in critical hit chance, is available in the Eternal Frontier shop for 700,000 coins. This talisman is absolutely worth it. It significantly improves his combat consistency and enhances his damage windows during enrage. When you put all of this together, something important becomes clear. Jew does not need luxury investment to work. He does not need perfect skins. He does not need absolute star. He needs correct priorities. With a maxed physical attack skin, focused artifacts level 40 glyphs, maxed skills, maxed sparks, level 120, and at least 1 talisman, Jew becomes fully functional at low to average cost. At that point, he is already capable of deleting high health enemies, punishing exposed backlines, and winning fights the moment control slips. You are not building Jew to survive forever. You are building him to end fights. And by following this approach, you don't just awaken Jew, you awaken exactly the part of his kit that matters. You save resources. You expand your roster. And you gain access to one of the most brutal execution tools in the game, without crippling your account. Guardians, Jew is not flashy. He is not safe. But when built correctly, he is absolutely lethal. Build smart. Build efficient. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.